Ghost here, coming at you with a new Yu-Gi-Oh video, and in today's Yu-Gi-Oh video, I am going to be showcasing to you guys my new and improved second place Kashtira deck profile. Even though on the ban list we did take some pretty big hits, losing a Unicorn, 2 Arise Heart, and Diabolus, this deck is still really strong and powerful, so even with those hits, deck's still great, right? Like, you're able to do some really insane combos now, you're able to do some really powerful plays that you did before, but now slightly differently to make it still work. And also, now we're playing Revival for the Arise Heart, because at 1, we're going to need a way to bring it back from Banished. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the deck profile, talk about my matches, and just everything in general about, you know, deck profiles. So let's go ahead and start with matches. So round 1 we played against Sword Soul, we played against 2 Kashtiras, 1 Tri-Brigade Sprite, and also against Gold Pride Punk, which is honestly our hardest matchup, and we actually won. The only match I did lose was against Sword Soul because, well, Droll and Lockbird exists. What am I going to do, right? I got drolled. I lost because I got drolled. Like, it is what it is. We didn't draw one of our many outs to droll. Like, come on, guys. But without further ado, after talking about that and telling you my matches, let's actually get into the deck so you guys can see what we're playing in the deck. Because, you know, it's Kashtira. A lot of it is simple, but I got to go ahead and tell you guys the changes. So, let's go ahead and show you guys the list. So starting off, we are obviously playing the 2 Kashtira Unicorn. This is standard, you always play 2 of it. It's a 1-card combo that gets you your Theosis, then goes into Fenrir, Fenrir goes into Rise Heart, all of that good stuff. He is the 1-card combo of the deck that will just make your insane boards. Next, we play 3 Fenrir, standard for Kashtira as well. You play 3 Fenrir, goes ahead and searches any Kashtira monster, and can go ahead and attack and banish a face-up card face down. So it's removal that goes ahead and deals with your opponent's board, which is just really powerful. We also play 1 Ogre. This is now needed just for the fact that it goes ahead and searches us Preparations, the Kashtira trap card, so we can go ahead and revive our Arise Heart later on. You need to go ahead and play Preparations because 1 Arise Heart, yes, it can be enough, but you still got to go ahead and play it, Ogre, to go ahead and search it, so you can go ahead and revive it if it does get removed. And then we also play 1 Telements Kashtira and 1 Scareclaw Kashtira. Reason behind this is pretty much the same reason why we're playing Preparations and Ogre. You go ahead and use these to go ahead and banish your Arise Heart from the graveyard if it just gets sent to graveyard, to go ahead and then summon it with the Preparations. So you go ahead and use these 2 for that. And they also have little added bonuses where you can go ahead and banish Theosis to go ahead and add a Kashtira card from your banish zone to your hand. So it does have extra utility there. So we play those. And only other Kashtira monsters we play in the deck is 2 Kashtira Rise Heart. I think this card is just really insane. I've been seeing a lot of Kashtira players bumping it down to 1, but I personally feel like you still play at least 2 of this card, just for the fact that it's a free special summon that can go ahead and banish any Kashtira card from your deck, meaning Theosis is a basically reinforcements of the army if you go ahead and have it in the graveyard to go ahead and banish with one of these 2. And also it's nice because it can go ahead and lead to rank 4 plays, which we are actually playing now, and also lead you into rank 7 plays, because obviously it becomes a level 7. So this is all the Kashtira monsters we play. These are the pretty standard package, except for maybe the 2 Arise Heart and possibly the Telements Kashtira, but this is just what I believe you should be running if you're playing Kashtira in the monster pack. Now, going into other things, for a new package we're playing in the deck, we're playing the Raid Raptor package, which is 1 Tribulanius and 1 Raider's Wing. This is pretty standard. You go ahead and summon this from the deck using your Arsenal Falcon that's in the edge deck, and then you go ahead and send Raider's Wing to the graveyard to special summon it by detaching a material from your Raider's Wing, and then you go ahead and overlay these into a specific rank 4, which I'll show you later on in the video, to go ahead and make an F-Zero package. This package is actually really strong in the deck, just for the fact that you don't really need your normal summon, so if you do open this, you can just normal summon this. And if you open the Raider's Wing, you can actually still do this whole combo under the D-Shifter as well, which is one of the problems with this combo. If you don't have the Raider's Wing, you can't really access this combo, but you can go ahead and do some specific other things, such as going ahead and banishing this with this to go ahead and put this under a Rise Heart. So then you can go ahead and have an untargetable Rise Heart, which is actually pretty good when you really think about it, right? And then going on to hand traps, we're playing 3 Dimension Shifter. This card just wins games on its own. It's pretty self-explanatory. 3 Ash Blossom. This is just one of the best hand traps in the game as well. You have to play out of 3 in my opinion. And 2 Ghost Mourner, which I personally think is one of the better hand traps in the format right now, just for the fact that, yes, it can only be used when your opponent special summons a monster, but let's be honest, every good monster in the game that your opponent is special summoning has an effect you want to negate. Like, this card just goes ahead and deals with quite a few things, and I think it's just really powerful. So just another imperm based card effect, which can also help you make Baron de Fleur, which is actually pretty nice. So those are the hand trap monsters we're playing. Going into spells, we're playing the Free Planet, this is standard. Free Birth, this is standard in pure Kashtira. Free Theosis, this is also standard in pure Kashtira. I don't need to explain these cards. Free Prosperity, this is also standard in pure Kashtira. I'm not going to go ahead and explain those. And then some one-offs, we're playing one Terraforming, this searches the Pressure Planet. One Called by the Grave to go ahead and stop Drone Lockbird, this is also kind of standard. And then a tech card that I'm actually playing because I think this is actually a pretty good card and can actually out a lot of things and also gives us a way to put a Rise Heart in the Banish Zone if it is removed. We're playing one Dimensional Fissure. Now, the essential logic behind this is D-Fissure, D-Shifter, and Called by the Grave are essential outs to stuff like Drawn Lockbird, Ghost Ogre, everything along those lines. But I wanted an additional out to something like Droll, and I thought, hey, seeing as obviously this deck doesn't care about Macrocosmos and stuff, and we want our monsters banished anyway, why not play one Dimensional Fissure? And honestly, I really like this card. This card is essentially just, I'm going to banish any monster you try and put in the graveyard. You can't go ahead and send monsters to the graveyard at all because they all get banished. And if I'm up against any deck that requires the graveyard, then we just win because we activate this card. Like, sure, we're already main decking a Macrocosmos-esque monster with a Rise Heart, but this is just something you can go ahead and activate at the start of your turn, watch your opponent have Droll in their hand potentially, and just say, yeah, that's not happening, and if you do have the imperm potentially for the Rise Heart, then you're still under Macrocosmos, dude. So it's just a very good card, and it outs like Dragon Link and any graveyard deck in the game, so I feel like it's just a very, very good card, this format, in terms of Kashtira play. Now, you could obviously change this into other stuff, but I'm playing it in the Kashtira right now, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Now, going on to the trap cards we play one Big Bang, which is pretty standard, obviously. It goes ahead and summons any Kashtira monster under a Kashtira Xyz monster we control when it's banished, and one Kashtira Preparations, because this card is absolutely insane right now in the deck, because it can go ahead and revive your Rise Heart from the Banished Zone. So we want to be playing one of this just because of that. It does also have the utility to summon any Kashtira monster, so you can revive like Fenris, Unicorns, Ogre, whatever you want from the Banished Zone, and can also go ahead and banish a card from your opponent's hand at random if they do go ahead and activate a trap while you control Kashtira monster. But we mainly just play this for the obvious reason of, oh, I want to go ahead and summon Rise Heart back to have access into Macrocosmos. It's its main purpose in the deck. And then the last three cards we play in the deck is just free Infinite Impermanence. I'm playing 11 hand traps in the deck, obviously, free trap based and the rest monster based. This is obviously the best hand trap in the game right now just because it doesn't trigger like Tactical Talents or Thrust, but those are the ones that we are playing. So that's the main deck. Honestly, I think the main deck's really, really strong and I don't really have any issues with it. The one card you could change is probably Dimensional Shifter, and if you were to change it, you could probably put another Moonlit Chill in just so you have a playset of that, but I really like the Dimensional Fissure in the deck just because it gives you an extra out to go like Droll and any other hand trick that needs to be sent to graveyard, and also it's really strong against those graveyard based decks if you don't want to make a Rise Heart. So card is actually pretty nice in my personal opinion. But let's go ahead and go into the extra deck so you can see what the extra deck changes are. So obviously we're still playing the 2 standard Shangri-La. This card's just really, really nice. It goes ahead and special summons any Kashtira from the deck during the standby phase, and can also go ahead and protect itself. So it goes ahead and allows us to make 2/0 Zeus, which is nice. And also, you know, when you use its effect, you can go ahead and rank it up into your Rise Heart as well, which can happen quite a bit in the 1-card combo, where if you go ahead and Unicorn combo, you're going to end on Shangri-La most of the time, and then put the Rise Heart on top of it, because, well, you can't have both if you're just going 1-card combo, and you want to go ahead and end on an additional negate. So those are the Kashtira Xyz monsters. We're also playing for utility rank 7s, 1 Big Eye, 1 Armed Dragon, and that's pretty it for the utility Xyz. Like, these are just good because the Big Eye obviously stills, and then this can go ahead and pop and banish from the graveyard. So it's another way to put our Rise Heart back in the Banish Zone, so we can go ahead and use to summon it back with Preparations. And then for the engine that I really, really like, which is the Raid Raptor package, we're playing 1 Arsenal Falcon because it goes ahead and summons the Tribute Lanius from the deck, 1 Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. Now, a lot of people play the Raiders Night package, but I'm choosing to play the Rebellion package. Now, the reason why I'm playing this package is pretty simple. 1, this is a 4 material Zeus that only takes up 2 extra deck spots. If you play the Raiders Night package, you technically have to play 3 extra deck spots, which I didn't like. I wanted that additional extra deck spot for something else, so I chose to go with this package, and I just really prefer this package. I think this package is a lot better. You just go ahead and slam down the Dark Rebellion. You can use it to steal half your opponent's attack points. Then you just go ahead and slam down the Overlord Rebellion on top of it, and then you go ahead and use both of these with probably a Shangri-La, or actually no, probably the Raider's Wing, because what you're normally going to do is you're going to overlay these two, summon the Utopic Future, and then put a Draco on top of it, and your end board with a 1-card combo will normally look something like this, where you have just the Utopic Future Draco with the Arise Heart on board, and like free materials under it. Like, you're always going to end on a board which has like Utopic Future Draco and free material Arise Heart. That is just 1 card with Unicorn, and there is actually a short on the channel if you want to go see how that's done. It's literally just a 1-card combo, and it's a really good 1-card combo at that. So yeah, like, the package is absolutely insane in my personal opinion in this build. But going on to other XCs monsters, or extract cards I should say, we're playing 2 Zeus. I still think you should play 2 Zeus because the second one does come up sometimes, and I like the second one because of that. And also we play 1 Baron de Fleur because normal summon normal summon Ash, normal summon Minute Chill, go into Baron, have pops, have a negate, go ahead and return it to the extra deck, summon back a Unicorn or something, and just continue on next turn. Card is really, really nice. And we also play 1 Skull Knight and 1 Infinitrack Goliath, just as the Paw Prosperity targets, because obviously these can go ahead and get used, so you can make an undestroyable Arise Heart with an on-targeting as well if you have the Raider's Wing in your graveyard. So you can go ahead and put these 2 under it, and your opponent can't target or destroy the Arise Heart with effects, or target with effects as well. It's really nice. And then we play the 1 Fossil Knight, so you can go ahead and banish it from the graveyard, destroy 1 monster on the board as well. So if your opponent does end up giving you a monster, you can go ahead and use this to go ahead and banish it and just destroy the monster they gave you. So it's a very useful card. And then, just because obviously this is a second deck profile, this is the side deck that I use. Now, there are some changes that I want to do to the side deck because I realized a few things that I might want to play, but this was the side deck I went into it with. We played the 3 Droll and Mockbird, 2 Cosmic and 1 Harpies. This is just back row removal for, like, obviously the Anti-Spell, Fragrance, and the Labyrinth deck. 3 Book of Moon. I think this card is absolutely insane, this format. I'm debating main decking it, but right now I'm only siding it because I feel like there's enough in the main deck as is, but it is a consideration for the main deck. 3 Evenly Matched. I don't know how good this is still. I might keep it in, I might cut it. It's just something I put back in. I kind of want to take it out for like Lava Golems because I feel like Lava Golem is just a lot better, especially in this deck, but it's still a really nice card. And then the card that should be probably broken, or well, banned or limited or something, 3 Anti-Spell Fragrance. This card wins games on its own. I wouldn't not go without it in the side deck, guys, if I were you. But yeah, this is the deck profile overall, guys. Honestly, I really do like this Kashtira build. It's a very, very good list, and I think it's definitely something you guys should consider playing if you are playing Kashtira. Like, honestly, it's just really, really strong. It's got a lot of attributes which help a lot of different ways. And yeah, it's just something that I personally feel is really good still. So, guys, if you want to play Kashtira, try this build out. It's something that I really, really like and have been testing quite a bit when we had the new ban list dropped. And yeah, guys, that's all I have to say. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Tell me your thoughts on this Kashtira list in the comment section below. Later on.